Hello and welcome back, my friends. This is the D&D Player's Handbook reading 5e. Today we are continuing in with Rogue for Roguish Archetypes, which starts on page 97. Much less pictures, much more words. So we shall just jump into it, shan't we, my friends? Roguish Archetypes. Rogues have many features in common, including emphasis on perfecting their skills, their precise and deadly approach to combat, and their increasingly quick reflexes. But different rogues steer those talents in varying directions, embodied by the rogue archetypes. Your choice of archetype is a reflection of your focus. Not necessarily an indication of your chosen profession, but a description of your preferred techniques. AKA, just because you're a thief or an assassin does not make you a bad person. Maybe. Thief. You hone your skills in the larcenous arts. Burglars, bandits, cut person, and other criminals typically follow this archetype. But to do so, rogues who prefer to think of themselves as professional treasure seekers, explorers, delvers, and investigators. In addition to improving your agility and stealth, you learn skills useful for delving into ancient ruins, reading unfamiliar languages, and using magic items you normally couldn't employ. Fast hands. Starting at 3rd level, you can take a bonus action granted to you by your cunning action to make a dexterity, sleight of hand, check. Use your thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock, or take a use an object action. 2nd story work. When you choose this archetype at level 3rd, you gain the ability to climb faster than normal. Climbing no longer costs you extra movement. In addition, when you make a running jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dexterity modifier. Supreme Sneak. Starting at the 9th level, you have advantage on dexterity stealth check if you knew no more than half of your speed on the same turn. Use magic device. By the 13th level, you have learned enough about the workings of magic that you can improvise the use of items even when they are not intended for you. You ignore all class, race, and level requirements on the use of magic items. Thieves' reflexes. When you reach 17th level, you have become adept at laying ambushes and quickly escaping danger. You can take 2 turns during the first round of any combat. You take your first turn at your normal initiative, and your second turn at your initiative minus 10. You can't use this feature when you are surprised. Assassin. You focus your training on the grim art of death. Those who adhere to this archetype are diverse, hired killers, spies, bounty hunters, and even specially anointed priests trained to exterminate the enemies of their deity. Stealth, poison, and disguise help you eliminate your foes with deadly efficiency. Bonus proficiencies. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you gain proficiency with the Disguise and Poisoner's kits. Assassinate. Starting at level 3rd, you are at your deadliest when you get the drop on your enemies. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. Infiltration expertise. Starting at the 9th level, you can unfailingly create false identities for yourself. You must spend 7 days and 25 gold pieces to establish the history, profession, and affiliations for your identity. Identity. You can't establish an identity that belongs to someone else. For example, you might acquire appropriate clothing, letter of introduction, or official-looking certification to establish yourself as a member of a trading house from a remote city so you can insinuate yourself into the company of the wealthy merchants. Thereafter, if you adopt a new identity as a disguise, other creatures believe you to be that person until given an obvious reason not to. Imposter. Sorry, off the table. At level 13th, you gain the ability to unerringly mimic another person's speech, writing, and behavior. You must spend at least 3 hours studying these 3 components of a person's behavior: listening to speech, examining handwriting, and observing mannerisms. Your ruse is indiscernible to the casual observer. If a wary creature suspects something amiss, you have advantage on any charisma, deception, check that you make to avoid detection. Death Strike. Starting at the 17th level, you become a master of instant death. When you attack a creature that is surprised, it must make a constitution saving throw. DC 8 plus dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus. On a failed save, double the damage of your attack against the creature. Arcane Trickster. Some rogues enhance their fine-honed skills of stealth and agility with magic, learning tricks of enhancement and illusion. These rogues include pickpockets and burglars, but also pranksters, mischief makers, and a significant number of adventurers. Spellcasting. When you reach 3rd level, you gain the ability to cast spells. See Chapter 10 for the general rules of spellcasting and Chapter 11 for the wizard spell list. Cantrips. You learn 3 cantrips: Mage Hand and 2 other cantrips of your choice from the wizarding spell list. You learn another wizard's cantrip of your choice at the 10th level. Spell slots. The Arcane Trickster spellcasting table shows you how many spell slots you have to cast your wizard spells of 1st level and higher. To cast one of these spells, you must expend a slot of the spell's level or higher. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. For example, if you know the 1st level spell, Charm Person, and you have a 1st level or 2nd level spell slot available, you can cast Charms Person using either slot. Spells known of 1st level and higher. You know 3 1st level wizard spells of your choice, 2 of which you must choose from the enchantment and illusion spells on the wizard spell list. The Spells Known column of the Arcane Trickster spellcasting table shows you when you can learn more wizard spells of 1st level or higher. Each of these spells must be an enchantment or illusion spell of your choice and must be of a level for which you have spell slots. For instance, when you reach the 7th level in this class, you can learn 1 new spell from either 1st or 2nd level. The spells you learn at 8th, 14th, and 20th level can come from any school of magic. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can replace one of your wizard spells you know with another spell of your choice from the wizard spell list. The new spell must be of a level over which you have held less spell slots. I'm just screwing this all up, aren't I? Woo! The new spell must be of a level for which you have spell slots, and it must be an enchantment or illusion spell, unless you're replacing the spell that you gained at the 3rd, 8th, 14th, or 20th level from any school of magic. Spellcasting ability. Intelligence is your spellcasting ability for your wizard spells, since you learn your spells through dedicated study and memorization. You use your intelligence whenever a spell refers to your spellcasting ability. In addition, you use your intelligence modifier when you're setting the saving throw DC for a wizard spell you cast, and when making an attack roll with one. Spell save DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. Spell attack modifier equals your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence modifier. Now I'm going to jump to the top of that page real quick with the Arcane Trickster spellcasting table. If nothing changes, I will not reread it. If it does change, I shall. And recap all for 20. Rogue level 3rd. Cantrips known, 3. Spells known, 3. Spell slots per level, first 2. Rogue level 4th. Spells known, 4. 3 first tier spell slot. 5th, no change. 6th, no change. 7th, 5 spells known. 4 in the first spell slot, 2 in the second spell slot. And say that right. You have 4 first tier spell slots and 2 second tier. 8th, we now know 6 spells, no other changes. 9th, no change. Level 10th, we now know 4 cantrips, 7 spells. 4 of them are in the first tier slots, and we have 3 second tier slots. Level 13th, we now know 9 spells, and we gain 2 slots at the 3rd level. Level 14th, we now know 10 spells. 15th, no change. 16th, we now know 11 spells, and we now have 3 third tier spell slots. Level 17th, no change. Level 18th, no change. Level 19th, we pick up 1 more spell known, and we gain a spell slot at the 4th level. And our final for 20th level, cantrips known, 4, spells known, 13. Spell slots per spell level, first, 4, second, 3, third, 3, 4th, 1. Now, going back down to the bottom left, for Mage Hand Lagerman. I don't know. Something close to that, and I'll probably look it up and then slap myself later. So, starting at 3rd level, when you cast Mage Hand, you can make a spectral hand invisible, and you can perform the following additional tasks with it. You can stow 1 object the hand is holding in a container worn or carried by another creature. You can retrieve an object in a container worn or carried by another creature. You can use thieves' tools to pick locks and disarm traps at range. You can perform one of these tasks without being noticed by a creature. If you succeed on a dexterity, sleight of hand check, contested by the creature's wisdom, perception check. In addition, you can use the bonus action granted by your cunning action to control the hand. Magical ambush. Starting at 9th level, if you are hidden from a creature when you cast a spell on it, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell this turn. Versatile Trickster. At the 13th level, you gain the ability to distract targets with your mage hand. As a bonus action of your turn, you can designate a creature within 5 feet of the spectral hand created by the spell. Doing so gives you advantage on attack rolls against that creature until the end of the turn. And last but not least, Spell Thief. At 17th level, you gain the ability to magically steal the knowledge of how to cast a spell from another spellcaster. Immediately after a creature casts a spell that targets you or includes you in its area of effect, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a saving throw with its spellcasting ability modifier. The DC equals your spell save DC. On a failed save, you negate the spell's effect against you and steal the knowledge of the spell if it's at least first level and a level you can cast. It doesn't need to be a wizard spell. For the next 8 hours, you know the spell and can cast it using your spell slots. The creature can't cast the spell until the 8 hours have passed. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. I can see how that would be, pretty cheating. Well, thank you very much for joining me in our D&D players reading, reading of the D&D Player's Handbook 5e. I can English sometimes. It's alright, I know you guys mostly here to laugh at me. But thank you for joining us. I hope this was helpful or at least amusing. And as always, game on.